Hey guys, and welcome to Compound Body once again. Today I'm inside the grocery store once more, and what we're gonna basically be doing today is we're gonna be looking at the ingredients. Now I know a lot of times we may want to eat food and eat natural food. However, that just may not be possible. And so basically what I want to do is to actually show you how to go inside the grocery store, pick up from the different food aisle, especially things that are processed or bottled, etc., and just to know what to look for on the ingredients, so that you keep in line with your health and fitness goals. Some persons may actually be going for fat loss or weight loss. Some persons may actually be going for muscle building or strength development. So for different folks, different strokes. And so basically the first thing that you want to start with is actually the top three things on the labels. The top three things tell what's really dominant in the food, and that will actually show what you're taking into your body. I go as far as to put it to the top five, and the reason being is that just the farther along the list I go, if I can see whereby the stuff are more natural oriented, then it obviously means that it's more organic or it's healthier for me. And so some persons may stop the top three, some persons may go to the top five. I personally go to the top five. Another thing that I want to mention is sugar. So one of the key things that we're going to be looking for today on the labels is sugar. What's the sugar level inside each food, and also what's the fat level, but not just any kind of fat. We're talking about all the modified fat, like modified cornstarch. We're talking about modified milk, homogenized, pasteurized. We're talking about so sugar. A lot of times what happens is that on these food labels they will tend to sort of trick you, in the sense whereby they label sugar but they place it under different headings like maltose, fructose, dextrose, and all those kind of names. So I'm just gonna kind of clarify that with you, and just to help you to eat better and to do better and to actually get the results that you do want. So follow me as I go through the aisles and explore the foods. All right, here we go. Alright, so the first thing that you want to know is about serving size. Now, when it comes to serving size, different labels will put it different way, and it depends on if it's liquid, solid, or it's served in like a powder version, so maybe teaspoon oriented. So when I talk about serving size, this is going to be a key factor. When I just started out, doing health and fitness, or learning about health and fitness, I really didn't understand, right? I thought if something said it had 4 servings and the calories was, like, let's say using this bread for example, 120 calories, I thought that okay, this entire bread had 120 calories. So looking back at it, I was like, holy, how come they say that the average person goes eats or consumes 2000, or should consume 2000 calories per day. I'm like, man, I'll never get to that, right? But I didn't understand that what it was saying is that if the serving size is like 4, then I should multiply 4 by the amount of calories, because what it's saying is that within this whole thing here, each serving has 120 calories. Therefore, if you want to know how much calorie it contains overall, it's 4 times 120. I didn't understand that at first, and that was a major thing. And I'm pretty sure nowadays a lot of people don't know that, right? And so they look at a label and they see, oh, it has 50 calories. Oh, it's just only 50 calories, but they didn't look to see that it said probably 10 servings or 5 servings. So that's 5 times 50, which then equates to 250, right? So that's one of the main things that you want to look at. So here we're going to look at this bread. Now, in terms of the bread, what we're looking at is the calorie, we're looking at the carbohydrate, protein, etc. We're gonna break down how many servings, etc. is contained within this bread. It says per 1 slice. So what that means is that each slice of bread has 120 calories. It also has 21 grams of carbohydrate and 6 grams of protein, right? So if the bread contains 18 slices, which it does, then you're multiplying 18 times 120, which then equates to 2,160 calories. So that's basically how much calories one entire bread has in. Now, if you're looking at, dropping weight, right? You're doing weight loss or fat loss, then I mean, technically, one person probably could eat one whole bread, right? You could probably eat one whole bread. I know I could if I really wanted to. I could eat an entire bread in one sitting. Now, what I'm saying is that if weight loss or fat loss is your primary thing, then you may want to go for something more filling, because by the time you go through 4 slices of bread, that's already 120 times 4, which is 480 calories, and you've just been through 4 slices of bread, not to mention the additional stuff that you are going to put on it, like your peanut butter, or you may be adding in some veggie and protein, etc., right? And then some people will go along with that and then drink a shake with that, right? So then by the time you add up, you're at like 800 calories already. So I would say you want to go for more nutrient dense food. And this is probably the issue that a lot of people are probably having with bread, in the sense where they're saying, oh, don't eat bread because it's bad for you. But bread isn't bad for you per se, because it's most of it is carbohydrate. The thing with bread is that it's a light food, and what that means is you can consume so much of it before you actually get full. And so because of that, you will tend to eat a lot of bread, get full, but then the calorie amount that it amounts, or the calorie that it amounts to, is so much more than how you actually feel. And then what happens is that you start to slowly gain weight, because you're overeating by so much without actually feeling it. And so that may be just one of the issues that people are experiencing with bread, among other food. However, as I said before, that's one of the main things in terms of breaking down how it works in terms of knowing what your serving size is. So you may have, it says per slice. Some of them may say teaspoon or tablespoon, or it may say 1 cup or 1 glass. Another key point that you can use to determine your calculations, so basically how much calories there, and it breaks down everything just the same, but on the label it also says per 3 centimeter cube. Now if you're looking at that at a supermarket and go like, oh, per 3 centimeter cube, you're gonna be like, holy, what the hell, how am I supposed to measure this, right? And obviously you just get frustrated and just be like, yo, I just don't know what to do. I'm just gonna eat it. I'm just gonna eat all of it. I'll get 7 grams, or you'll be like, oh, I'll get all the protein, right? But that's not how you want to do it. In bracket, if you look closely, it says 30 gram. So 3 centimeter cube is equivalent to 30 gram. And what that means is, what you're gonna do is to go to the front of the feta cheese container, and you will see on it how many grams the entire feta cheese amounts to. So this feta cheese here would amount to, say, 300 grams, right? And what it's saying is that out of that 300 gram, 30 gram of it is equal to 3 centimeter cube, which is a serving. So basically 30 gram is equal to a serving, and it means that 30 gram has 60 calories. 30 gram of it has 7 grams of protein. 30 gram of this has 1 gram of carbohydrate. So what you're gonna do is break it down now. So you're gonna check how much. So because this feta cheese here has 300 grams on the front, so that's what the entirety of it is. You're gonna then plug in your little equation, right? So I broke it down on screen here for you. On screen here, we have the 300 grams, and we divide that by 30. So what this means is that this feta cheese here has 10 servings. 10, all right? So what that means is you're gonna multiply everything by 10. So if you want to know how much calories this feta cheese here contains altogether, then it's 60 calories, which is per serving, times the entire 10 servings, which is equal to 600 calories. You get that? 60 times 10 equals 600 calories. So this feta cheese here has 600 calories. Now if you want to check how much saturated fat it has, it's 2 grams, which is per serving, times 10 servings, which is equal to 20 grams. Then you have protein, it's 7 times 10, which is equal to 70 grams overall. So make sure you get that math. If you're not sure, definitely contact me. Alright. Alright, so that's the first thing that you want to know, right? Make sure you get that down. Make sure you know how to calculate your serving size, because that's going to be an essential part of how you know the portion size, or how can you determine the portion that you're going by, right? And so for people who are looking for fat loss or weight loss, they want to know their portions, because some people are tracking it by calories, some people are tracking it by macronutrients, or they're just like making sure that they eat a certain amount, right? So that's something that you definitely want to go by. All right, and also for persons who are looking for muscle development or strength gains, they want to know these math also. Now the next thing that we're going to focus on are the labels.